Yeah, it's the archivist, y'all. Exclusively interviewing Trizz.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, straight out of California.
Yeah, no doubt. No
and we in the United States of America, out in Washington, SeaTac. And who is the Inland Empire's baby rip gut, Trizz?
Yeah, I'm Trizz from the Inland Empire, California. Like 45, 50 miles east of LA. And that's where I reside. That's where I'm from.
And let's go from the start. Making tracks for fun and rapping since 9. Bedroom studios and killing it with the homies. Share on some of that history with us.
I started doing music when I was 9 years old, but I started taking it serious so I was like 14. And me and my homies, we was just always kicking it in the studio, but the studio was at my house, you know what I mean? So to me, that's what the studio was, at the house and in the garage, in my bedroom, wherever I could hook it up at the time. And I just started really taking it serious. Even some of my homies from high school, they kind of drifted off and didn't take it as serious as I did, you know what I mean? So I ended up taking it hella serious and ended up getting on Brother Lynch Hung's album. All this stuff just started to push for me because I was pushing so hard in music. And now I'm here, man. I'm 23 years old. I'm on my 4th tour, so I'm just pushing and pushing. This is actually my 2nd headlining tour, but it's the biggest and it means the most.
And early projects, the Breakthrough, Suicide with No Note, Wordplay, The Exorcist.
Wow.
How I heard about your upcoming buzz. Tell us more on these projects.
Okay, Suicide with No Note was the first project I had ever done. It was a mixtape that I did out in, when I was in 9th grade. And I ended up passing it out at high school and giving it to all my friends. I was giving it to just whoever I could run into, you know what I mean? And it wasn't even professionally like put together, but I did what I could and used my resources. And I was, I did what I could with Suicide with No Note, and that helped me build a local buzz. And then after that, I just kept putting out mixtape after mixtape after mixtape, and all my beats were made by somebody. Like I wasn't really big on recording over like beats that were on the radio or music that everybody had already heard. I always wanted my own stuff. If I couldn't find beats, that I would obviously go like to YouTube and download some shit. But for the most part, I like using my own music just in case it gets to blow up. You know what I mean? I want to be able to say that that's mine. So yeah, that's really what happened. I just started recording all these mixtapes and just started giving it to all my friends and their friends and their friends. So.
And your influences to create what you create. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. My influences are like serial killers. As far as music, Kurt Cobain, which is dope because I'm in Seattle right now, and I'm actually gonna go to his house and get wavy as hell. But Kurt Cobain, Tupac, a bunch of influences. You know what I mean? Like Snoop Dogg, just like people that are iconic. I really look up to them, and I like to follow their paths. And my parents.
What made you get into that baby rip gut? Like following Brother Lynch Hung and his legacy?
Yeah, to me, Lynch talked about certain stuff that people were scared to talk about. And that's always the artist I wanted to be. I always wanted to say stuff and do stuff that other people were afraid to do. You know what I mean? I have a short temper. My anger is driven off of bullshit that happens in my life. And so I always wanted to over-exaggerate my lyrics with it. So that's when I started listening to Lynch. I ended up listening to Lynch, and I would try to talk to him and stuff on Twitter. He'd play me to the left, but he'd talk to me back every now and again. But my fans would see that I was talking to him, and they thought it was dope, but he didn't know who I was. So all my fans would be hitting him up, like, yo, you gotta check out Trizz. And finally he did one day, and he hit me up, and it was good ever since. And the day I met him, he called me that, so I just ran with it and been Baby Rip Gut since.
And that Young Trizz EP, the Independent Powerhouse Tour, Where We Met, and you're writing on Manna Lecter.
Yeah. Yeah, the Young Trizz EP was actually my first project that I put on iTunes for sale. That was the first project I'd ever attempted to sell. And it came out dope, you know what I mean? And people liked it. The fact that I could actually put out a quality album, people liked that at just such a young age. I was 19 years old. And after that, that's when I started taking the album serious. I knew how important making an album was. Like, anybody can make a mixtape, but can you make an album? And, that my ability to do that was intriguing to other people because I was so young. And that got the attention of Lynch. You know, I put out K17 with the picture of the cover is me and Jeffrey Dahmer's face morphed together, and he heard of this song I did called 666. He really, really liked it and asked me to get on Manable Lecter. I flew down to Sacramento and we were in the studio, and that's when I wrote my verse. It was all unreal. Like, I was like, what the hell? This is weird. Like, I'm in the studio with Lynch. Like, it's just something that I just never could imagine to happen. But,
and then the road manager, touring.
Yeah, and then I ended up, you know, he asked me to do the tour with him, which I couldn't believe. I was like, damn, this is just happening so fast. I left college and shit, and then I started fucking with him, and I met Tech. I met all the Strange Music, and they became my family too. So.
Yeah, freestyling with Gaudamus?
Yeah, me and Gaudamus kicked a couple freestyles that was caught on tape, and I'll be at shows sometime with Tech, and Tech will bring me out and introduce me to the crowd. He's introduced me to Paid Dues, crowd in San Diego, the Gathering of the Juggalos. Like, Tech has shown me a lot of love as well.
And on the journey to Paid Dues and the newest mixtape, and then emerges K17. How was the adventure for these tapes and the moves?
I was shooting for Paid Dues. I was trying to get that slot, but Paid Dues ended up getting shut down due to whatever, and it ended up not happening that year. So I put it on hold, and I just started pushing for more touring and more shows by myself. You know what I mean? I just wanted everybody to understand that I can jump out on the road. I could draw a packed crowd or whatever. I could do this shit on my own. You know what I mean? And from there, that's when I just, like I said, I started taking my album serious. I felt like if I could do an album, you know what I mean, my music would be appreciated more. Everybody does mixtapes and shit, but I want a cult following. I want people to understand and feel where the fuck I'm coming from, you know what I mean? And that's why I wrote K17, because that was my first full-length LP, and that's why I wrote that album, because I wanted people to feel me where I was coming from. Like, it's gangster shit on there, hardcore shit, and laid-back shit all on one CD, you know what I mean? So.
And now it begins, Written in Smoke, with over 21,000 views and 3,000 downloads.
Yeah.
But in life, that's how it goes down. You got them produced by AC3.
Yeah, Ace Beats, he produces all my shit. Written in Smoke was really one of the first ones he produced in entirety. He had some joints on K17, but Written in Smoke is when we're like, we're gonna do this for, you know, me and him are the ones that are gonna be behind my music. So I don't get no beats from nobody else but Ace. All my shit is produced by Ace. Pull Up, my latest mixtape Pull Up is out, and he produced all of those. My latest album, Leatherface, he produced all of those too.
And being from Inland Empire, you got any street stories for us?
Well, all my street stories from when I was in Compton for a little bit, in Long Beach and shit, and my mom didn't want me to go through all the shit that I went through out there. So like all my fights and shit and all the shit I got into at school, that shit was all in LA. Not necessarily changing my life around because I wasn't really a bad kid. I was just out there just doing dumb shit, you know. Hanging out with my friends, just doing kid shit. I never did anything out of ordinary. I didn't sell drugs, the typical story. I didn't go out shooting at people. Like, I just did typical shit, you know, like got high with my homies, or fucking drank alcohol, you know, at fucking 14, 15 years old, just running the streets, just doing dumb shit, trespassing, all kind of teenage shit, you know what I mean?
Excellent.
Yeah.
And then the next, America's Most Blunted, with over 22,000 views, 4,000 downloads, to the Pull Up mixtape, already at 22,000 views and 12,000 downloads.
Yeah. This is Pull Up or whatever. This is my latest shit. My favorite shit. It's only 7 songs on here, but it really means a lot because I took so much time with the writing process. At the last minute, we rushed it to record it and everything, but the writing process, every verse on here is brand new. And I really like this fucking tape, man. Pull Up is just about, you know, having funk with somebody, beef or whatever have you, and not, you know, getting all internet with it and taking it to the streets and pulling up. I named it Pull Up, you know what I'm saying? So that's my latest shit, and it's produced by Ace Beats. I got my homeboy King Drew is on here, Cali Clips. My boy Kersey, he's opening up for me on the tour. Fucking Chewy, of course, Tay Up Third. So it's a really dope tape. I got my homie Radio Bass from Rio Valley, Murder Valley and shit. That's another city in the Inland Empire and shit. So yeah, you gotta check out my shit, man. It's called Pull Up.
And how'd that go for you?
It went good, man. It was like first day. I got all these hit ups and shit like, yo, this is dope tape. Niggas posting it on their Instagram and shit. I was getting a lot of recognition for it, so a lot of blogs posted it, you know what I mean? And it took me a while to get blog coverage, so for blogs to fuck with me just off the strength now is really dope. I earned it, you know what I mean?
And been hearing from you for a while, the Leatherface EP.
Yeah, the Leatherface
What did they
EP.
say and how did it go? Trizz went in.
Yeah, no doubt. The Leatherface EP was actually originally 14 or 12 songs. I ended up getting signed off this shit. That was dope. This is my latest album, and it got the attention of Top Notch Music, and he signed Marvin Mack. He signed me a digital distribution deal to sell my album and distribute it. So I had to strip some songs from it due to like sampling and all kind of other shit. So there's only 7 songs on here, but I'm pretty sure around the internet somewhere you can get that fucking 5 songs. So if you got time, go pick up the Leatherface EP. It's available now on iTunes, Pandora, fucking Amazon, you name it. So go grab that shit.
And many music videos. That One Night featuring Futuristic, West Side Rider.
Yep.
Twisted Metal, 666, Bitch, Bloody Trash Bags, and fucking Stone Cold, man. Let us know about the inspirations from the videos and how they went.
Oh yeah, well, all my videos and shit are all inspired by just my crazy ass imagination, just shit that goes on in my head. My latest video, That One Night, is very like, it's a party scene, but it means much more than that. Like I call it That One Night because, and which is my latest video again. I call it that just because everybody has that one night where you get hella faded and you're like, oh, I don't want to get faded no more the next morning. Like, I actually had a night like that last night. I had a night.
And killing it on Team Backpack Cypher.
Yeah, the Team Backpack Cyphers. I did 4 of those bitches. And shout out to Team Backpack. Them is my family. Them is my folks. I fuck with them. Yeah, Team Backpack is really dope. It was a good platform. It gives me the opportunity to gain other fans and other outlets and shit, and they just helped me so much. I got these other fans that don't even have no idea that I even have certain albums and mixtapes and shit that they can go find and shit. So it's tight. I'm just building my fan base, man, and I'm enjoying it.
And the best tour and largest crowd you've ever rocked?
Denver, Colorado on the Tech 9 tour. It was at the Fillmore. That was 4,400 people. I had never in my life performed in front of that many people before. And I had the flu. But I still did it and I stage dived. That was the first time I had ever stage dive at the Fillmore. And that was the biggest show, biggest crowd I had ever performed for.
And your best hip hop memory that you've been part of or contributed to?
Rock the Bells 2013. I did the Team Backpack Cypher and I met so many artists. That's when I really felt like, damn, I'm an artist. Hip hop artist now, because I'm in the game. I consider myself in the game. That's when I realized it. So it was Rock the Bells 2013.
And anything to say to your fans worldwide?
Keep fucking pushing for me. You already know if anybody's talking shit, pull up, slap the shit out of them. If they talking about me, keep rocking. Yeah, I'm not gonna ever give up.
And in the new generation, anything to say about our legendary interview?
Yeah, this interview was dope as fuck. I mean, I never really had an interview so interactive and shit, so shout out to the archivists and shit, you know what I mean, and stay lit.
And you got any shouts?
Yeah, so shout out to my girl, New West, you know what I mean, Strange Music, I got Team Backpack, and fucking Kersey, Mercy on the tour, Mad Max and shit. My whole fucking camp, the Reefer and Leaders tour. We out here, my fucking tour manager, Zach, nigga. So yeah, that was my shout outs.
And shouts to Trizz, Brother Lynch Hung, Team
Brother
Backpack,
Lynch,
you know what I mean, the family. And this is the Archivist, and you've been archived.
Trizz.